We are going to be starting a new topic in math today, and our topic is going to be area. Now, area is something that maybe you've heard about. Maybe you've heard somebody say, well, what's the square footage? How big is something? That's area, and that's what we're going to start with today. So by the end of today, we're going to hopefully be able to find the area of a figure by counting the total number of same size squares that cover up a shape without gaps or overlap. And think of area as it's what's inside. All right, let's see what we have here. So here's our figure that we need to find out what's inside. And you can see those same size square units. And you probably already think, well, I could just count them. All right. And that's what area is. It's the number of square units needed to cover a surface. In this case, what's in our colored in area. Some things to think about is look for completely shaded squares that are rectangular in shape. Outline that shape. Find the array and multiply. We'll be working on that a little bit at the end of today, but for sure tomorrow. There's a secret formula with this. Another strategy is just then to just count them, completely shaded squares, and also add in any partially shaded in squares. Sometimes you have to put two halves together. I'll show you an example of that in just a second. Find the total, and every single time we label what we found with this SQ units, square units. Now, if our units are given, if we're doing feet, then it's square feet. If our units are given as miles, then we'll give it as square miles. Let's try one. All right, so here's our shape. We're going to see, just to speed things up, yes, we could just start counting individually here. That would be okay. Another strategy might be, though, you can see I have this outlined in yellow, and that's a rectangle. You can see that. It's 6 long and 4 high. All right, so I know I can multiply that and come up with 24 squares pretty easily, save myself some counting. However, if that's where I'm at, and I need to just count 1, 2, 3, and count how many, well, I'd still get to 24. What's inside there? Okay, so be thinking, well, I could just count, or I could speed things up just a little bit and not have to count. All right, so now we can see these outside of our rectangle. We're adding those in. Okay, hopefully you see those numbers coming in. And then I have those half units that I need to think about. Well, these two halves come together to make 1. And then these two halves come together to make 1. All right, so when I look at finding the total area here, labeling with square units, I'm going to take my 24, which is in my rectangle, add in 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where this 4 comes from. And then my 2, which came from halves. I end up with 30 square units.